Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Samuel Okoshusi. This is the Spirit of Freedom Ministry, and we are here to pray. But before we pray, I hope you are doing well wherever you are, all over the world. This is the 3rd day of October. The year is almost running off. So today we shall be praying about a principality, a spirit that actually challenged the children of God, especially those God has desired or chosen to do or perform a mission on earth, either in the marketplace, in the family, in the church, to break generational curses and to open the eyes of his people to the kingdom. This spirit is called the spirit of Jezebel. There was a woman called Jezebel in the Bible. And from then henceforth, she became a principality with the way she moves. So this, even though the Bible described this spirit as feminine, using her, woman, she, using those pronouns, but it is a spirit. But this spirit can use either male or female, can either use a man or a woman. A woman can operate through this spirit or by this spirit, and a man can also be oppressed and used or be possessed by this spirit. So when I say she, it doesn't mean that it is only women that behave or perform or are being used by this spirit. It's not only women that can be the vessel, both male and female can be. So now we shall be praying about this spirit, but I want to divide this prayer into 3 sections or 3 parts. So the first one, I want to talk about the personality of the spirit and the mission of the spirit. Then the second part, which is part 2 of the video, it will be another video. Then it will be the strategies of this spirit. And if time permits, then we will conclude that part 2 with the solutions that we have in God, or we can also take part, that all can apply. The solutions we can apply. And the third part, which is the final part, is we worship God and we pray. You know how I do it. You know how we do it in this ministry. So this is the Spirit of Freedom Ministry. And we are here to experience freedom from the spirit of Jezebel. The first sign or the personality of this spirit or attribute of this spirit is that this spirit is very envious and insecure. But it covers up this insecurity and envy through charm or attractiveness or beauty or intelligence. So outwardly, you will see a man or a woman that is very intelligent, that is very attractive, and that's very charming. That is very, very what? Charming, attractive, charismatic. That is the word. We'll be very charismatic. But inwardly, this person is very insecure, and envious, and very, very, the person is not confident as the person seems on the outside. If you look at Proverbs 31:30, it says, charm is deceptive and beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. Charm is deceptive. So you don't judge by what you see. Don't forget when God sent Samuel to go look for David. It was the father and others were looking at the physical appearance and the outward look. But it said God looks at the heart. If you also look at 2 Kings 9:22, 2 Kings verse 9:22, it says, now it happened when Joram saw Jehu that he said, is it peace, Jehu? Jehu answered. So he answered, what peace? As long as the harlotries of your mother Jezebel and her witchcraft are so many. So she is attractive, harlots, but they are what? Mostly sexually attractive. They are good to the eyes. They feed or bring out your sexual energy. There is something about them. Harlots, prostitutes. They find a way to seduce you in a way to bring out your what? Your sexual energy. So we can say that somebody with this spirit can be sexually appealing, can be sexually attractive to the eyes, can be seductive. And that is one of their weapons. The second one is that this spirit, of course, or whoever the vessel that is being used by this spirit is, the person is spiritual. The person understands spirituality to a level. If you look at that 2 Kings 9:22, it says, and witchcraft. So not only is she an harlot or sexually promiscuous or attractive, she also practices witchcraft. Witchcraft here doesn't mean that you do spell work, literally the person, but the person, witchcraft might be through words. Don't forget, they even said envy is as witchcraft in the Bible. So this person probably uses curses, negative words, negative thoughts to manifest whatever he or she wants. So not only practicing witchcraft, he or she can, or spell work, but if not that, either they use a practitioner to get their job done, or also use their thoughts, the negative thoughts that comes into their negative projection into their victim to manifest their work. The third point is that they have great desire for power, admiration, attention. This spirit, whoever the vessel that is being used by this spirit wants to be worshipped or praised. They want to be in control, and they want to be feared. They want to be worshipped. They want to be praised. They want to be the only one admired. They want to be the only one celebrated. It has to be me. They have desire for power. The fourth personality trait that you will see is whoever is being used by this spirit hates accountability or truth. So they can only be the victim or hero in the situation. Hero or heroine, whichever it is. They can only be a victim. They can only be the hero. They can never be the villain. They can never be the bad guy. They will twist the story in a way that will make them the victim. Even if they are the villain, they cannot, because they don't want to take accountability. They don't want to accept that they were wrong. They don't want to look bad in front of people. That kills them most. They only want to be admired. They only want to be praised. If it is not negative, if it is not positive, if it is not admiration, if it is not validation, if it is not praising, they can't accept it. So they will do anything to twist the story in such a way that it makes them the victim of the situation, or they are the hero of that situation, so that they can be praised or pitied. Either those are the energy they feed off of. So the fifth one is that they are very entitled, and they see boundary as a personal attack. If you set boundary with someone with this vessel carrying this spirit or being oppressed by this spirit, if you set boundary, it's like a personal attack. It's like a personal attack, and they are very entitled. They are very, very entitled. They don't see benefits or relationship as a privilege. They see it as, it's my right. You should do it. Your time belongs to me. Your money belongs to me. Your energy, your care belongs to me. You should. You must. Either you like it or not. The sixth trait or attribute is that whoever the vessel being used by this spirit thrives in chaos, confusion, drama, conflict, and this person will often hate peace. Peace to this person will be boring. The person will see peace. Why is this place so peaceful? Let's shake things up. Let's start some drama. Let's create some conflict. The person thrives in that confusing energy, where there is confusion, where there is no peace, where there is conflict. So it's easy for them to control things in their own way. If you look at Psalm 120, verse 7. Psalm 120, verse 7. It says, I search for peace, but when I speak of peace, they want war. David was searching for peace. And there are some people that are, okay, we don't want peace. Let there be war. Let there be war. There are people that actually thrives on conflict, on war, on drama. That is where they function. They function in the muddy water of chaos. That is when you will see them, they will be entertained. When you will be like, what is going on here? They are in cloud nine, because there is chaos, because there is drama. Number 7, this person, the vessel of this spirit, is dangerously competitive. They want to win by all means necessary, all costs. whatever it takes to win, because they want to be praised. They can't take defeats. Defeats to them is unimaginable. So they will do anything to avoid that feeling. Anything that has to do with shame, whatever, rebuke, whatever, it's so unimaginable. So they will do anything to avoid that emotion. And they have to win by all costs, just to prevent or avoid that emotion of shame, to them failure, defeat. And these are the steps to success. You fail before you can be successful. Every great journey includes failure in it, so that you can learn the lesson and not repeat the same thing. But no, this person will always want to avoid that feeling of failure, or being stupid, or being looking stupid or something. So the person will do what? Will do anything necessary to win by all costs. The eighth one, they are gifted with words. They call it the gift of gab, G-A-B. They are gifted with words. They are emotionally intelligent. So they capitalize on the emotion. They are emotionally intelligent. They know the laws of the environment. So these are the weapons that they use, the laws of the environment. It can be the law of the family, either written or either conscious or unconscious laws. The law of the family, the law of the organization that you are working at, the law of the office, the law of the company, the law of the state, the civil law, the religious laws, whatever it is, the law of that place, they are familiar with it, and they will use that when the time is right, but not for good intention, but to be in control, to bring down their competitors. So they have the gift of words. They can twist words to make them the victim, or make them the hero, or make you the bad guy. There is a way they twist the words. Even if they know you have good intention for what you want to do, they will twist it in a way that you will be the one to be blamed. And the last point for this part one is that the mission of Jezebel. Jezebel has one single mission, and it is to be in control and power by any means necessary, especially by silencing the one with the spirit of truth and justice, and also silencing or removing any rival on their path. They want to be in control. They want to be in power by any means necessary. That is the ultimate goal. That is the mission of this spirit. I hope you've been blessed with this short understanding or personality of this spirit and its mission. So in part 2, we'll be talking about the strategies and the solutions that we have in God. I hope you've been blessed. Get ready for part 2. Bye for now.